Imagine a world where stepping outside for 10 minutes could burn your skin, where sunlight was no longer warm, it was a weapon. Children wore full body suits to go to school, crops dried up in the sunlight, and Antarctica gone, drowned beneath the ocean it once held back. Sounds like a sci-fi movie? No. This could have been our reality if one hole in the sky, the ozone hole, had never been discovered. Without the discovery, people would have kept spraying and polluting, unaware of the harm. CFC gases used in refrigerators would rise silently into the sky, unseen, unnoticed. High above Earth, they would damage the ozone, our only shield from the sun's deadly rays. By the 2000s, UV radiation levels would have doubled. Skin cancer cases would rise sharply. In Australia alone, children wouldn't be allowed outside without full coverage. Millions near the equator might go blind from cataracts. And in places like Chile, farmers would abandon their fields. Their plants would dry out before harvest. But the worst would happen underwater. Phytoplankton, microscopic plants that form the base of the marine food chain, would begin to vanish. Without them, fish populations would collapse. Entire coastal economies would crumble. Food shortages would spread like wildfire. And above it all, ice melting. Antarctica's ice sheets, super exposed to UV and heat, would fall apart many years too soon. Sea levels would rise by meters. Cities like Mumbai, New York, and Jakarta would disappear underwater. And still, no one would know what was causing it, because in this timeline, the hole was never discovered. Scientists might notice strange changes, but without the 1985 discovery, there would be no clear cause. Governments would dismiss the warnings. The sun is just getting stronger, they would say. No need to panic. By the time satellites caught on, it would be too late. The ozone layer shredded. UV radiation permanent. Life on Earth barely holding on. In 1985, British scientist Joe Farman spotted something shocking over Antarctica, a massive hole in the ozone layer. They used ground-based instruments to measure ozone levels, and the data didn't lie. They published their findings, and the world listened. By 1987, nearly every country signed the Montreal Protocol, banning CFCs, the chemicals destroying the ozone. Slowly, Earth's shield began to heal. Scientists now believe it will fully recover by 2040. If that version of Earth gave you chills, you're not alone. Because sometimes the greatest disasters are the ones we never see coming and barely escape. For more mind-bending what-if stories, hit subscribe. And remember, one discovery could save an entire planet.